Hi, Bradley.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
It is live stream podcast time, and it is Wednesday, somewhere in July.
Absolutely.
And as we do every Wednesday, except for last week when I was under the weather and Bradley covered for my fanny, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific, and billions of time zones across the world, we are coming to you live with our word of mouth podcast starring Bradley and Mitch. And we decided to call it the Bradley and Mitch podcast, didn't we?
That's right. We're calling it something. We don't know what we're calling it. It's all good. It's just two guys in a box. That's what it feels like. Or two guys in two boxes.
Yeah, good point. Well, three if you count the whole frame.
Oh goodness.
That's getting really deep.
That's a geometric puzzle I'm not ready for.
Too much math for you, right?
Yeah.
You should look at those telescope images, by the way. We were talking about a pre-show. You talk about math. There's some math going on there.
I bet.
God, they're stunning images. They will make your mind bend in so many ways. If you think about the time zones, speaking of time, the fact that they're going back 13 billion years to see stuff that happened, it makes you feel, here's my last statement, it makes you feel about this big. If you want to feel really small, really insignificant, there you go.
Yeah, I already do. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Goodness.
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I thought I could be wrong. I was going to say, I thought what we were going to be talking about is sort of unpacking some existing campaigns, right? What we would do better, different, what we think is going to work, what we think is probably not working. And we're going to, I think we're going to be looking at a specific sort of small business campaign, someone who's just trying up viral and is wanting some specific feedback, and then possibly dig into some critique on one of the world's largest software platforms for entrepreneurs, and tell them, if we were in their boardroom, what they got right and what they got wrong and what they should do the next time. Because it's easy to armchair quarterback from here in our position. But I think that's what we're going to talk about. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
I cannot wait for the second one, by the way. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because it came up in my mastermind yesterday. One of my mastermind members said, "Hey, have you seen that contest yet?" And I said, "No." And we went and looked at it, and I'm like,
I saw it, and I scratched my head. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun, right? I mean, look, they are lucky. They are lucky that they have a massive email list. That's all I'm saying. They're absolutely lucky.
Yeah.
If they didn't have it, I think it would be a real problem. But anyway. Big dumb companies.
I can't wait. All right. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut because I want to go off on that one. But for those of you watching, that's right. You got to suffer through this campaign from one of our readers or our watchers, by the way. Suffer through.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope nobody suffers. Hey, can you do me a favor, Mitch? Can you drop in a message box what the link is for the first campaign, so I can at least bring it up on this end, so it's really big? I see it and it's this small. I'm sorry. So that would be great.
You don't see it full screen?
Well,
when I share it?
To me, full screen to me is a tiny box inside of a browser. So.
Okay. I'll send it to you in the private.
All right, AJ. Thanks for jumping on. I'm sorry that you're driving. Look, I'm going to chastise you like Mitch chastises me.
Oh, hell yeah!
Mitch hates it when I opine as I'm driving someplace and I'm seeing a live broadcast of his, maybe, or what have you. Eyes on the road, attention in front of you, both hands on the wheel. And stay safe out there. Appreciate you joining. That's awesome.
AJ's heard that from me before, by the way, because he is one of my Movers Mastermind members.
Okay.
And
all right.
So
well,
he's been chastised from me before. So,
cool.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started. And this is just a simple reminder. As we go through all of this, pop stuff into the chat box. If you like what we're having to say, like it. If you don't, then we want to hear from you for sure. It would be a lot. It's a lot of fun to have maybe controversial conversations about what it is we're chatting about. So don't be afraid. We won't beat you up.
And guess what? We're not always right, are we? We can learn stuff just like everybody else.
You know what? First, you started talking the show about talking about being this small, and now you another blow to my ego. This is this show is not going in the right direction.
Well, I hear from my wife constantly how wrong I am and how right she is. So, and when we started the show, she was still asleep, so I can say it out loud. All right.
Yep,
so, and I want to also say one more thing before we get started. For those of you just tuning in, those of you watching the replay, thank you for being here. But number two, if you have a campaign you'd like to have reviewed, go ahead and let us know, whether it's in the comments here today or whether it's via email to either Bradley or I, and we'll talk about how to get a hold of us later. Comments anywhere, we will gladly jump in and look at your campaign, because our goal here is not to tear anybody apart. Our goal is to build you up, help you make a better campaign so that you bring in more leads, have more impact on the world, because that's what we want.
Yep, and sometimes it's tough love, but it's love nonetheless.
That's correct. So one of my friends, Brian Kelly, sent us this campaign and asked for a review. And so this is the very first part of the campaign that the users see when they come in. Now, I have some feedback because I've already looked at this, but I want to hear what you have to say. Very first thoughts on when you see this.
Okay, when I first see this, I'm confused.
I'll scroll up just a little bit. There you go. Now, there is more below this, but I will. This is what the users first see, right?
Yeah, no, I appreciate there's something below the fold. I'm confused. So I think we've wasted way too much real estate on a logo, because people don't care about the logo. They care about the offer.
Right? I love that.
And then the other thing that drives me crazy is we have a picture of a person, which, look, wait. Let me back up a little bit. If you're a Dan Kennedy fan and you're doing direct response marketing in letters and what have you, a picture of the person who's providing the service or the product goes a long way. But in this kind of a giveaway, I'd much rather see what you're going to give someone. A picture of the $200 hotel savings card or something like that. And I have no idea what your target market is. If you want everybody in the world to have $200 off of hotels, then I say run with it. But if you are trying to solve a problem for somebody else and you want them to sort of self-select before they get into all of this, this is not going well. So
thank you.
That's sort of what. Those are my first two things, and then I find it real interesting how the privacy policy is right underneath the headline.
Yes.
Usually that's below the button that you click on, only because now it's top of mind. I got through a headline, and my first subhead is that you're going to keep all this stuff safe. Well,
right.
It just feels weird. I please don't do that. Give me a subhead that tells me about all the benefits of the $200 hotel savings card or something like that.
Yeah, you're hitting all my bullets. Way to go. We agree. So interestingly enough, right, what your assumption was, and maybe it's because of what you and I talk about a lot, and that is contests. Your assumption sort of is this is a contest to win a $200 gift card.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's not. Everybody gets one.
It's a lead magnet.
Yes.
No, just
And,
let's help the audience a little bit. There's a couple different kinds of campaigns that are run in these platforms. The first that we were talking about is like a sweepstakes or giveaway. Here's a big massive package. Everyone gets a chance to win. You can get yourself more chances to win, stuff the ballot box, that kind of stuff. And then there's a random drawing at the end of the campaign, and someone gets this.
yep,
The other is a traditional lead generation campaign, right? Where
yep,
you're trying to sort of separate your market from everyone else who sees this page. They grab a hold of something, and when they grab a hold of it, it's like them raising their hand to say, "Yeah, I'm super interested in what it is you do, and you're going to help. You're going to be here to help solve my problem." And then on the following page, you incentivize them to share doing other stuff. But that's the two kind of primary campaigns that run on these platforms. So I assumed that this was a giveaway.
right, great. It's not.
Interesting.
Now, if you do look at the logo, Brian does show you that this is a club for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. Okay. I still don't know what it is yet, but his target audience is obviously entrepreneurs, right? I'm sorry. Why are you laughing, Bradley?
Well, it's like the blind leading the blind. It's a club of us for us. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian. This is one of the reasons why maybe the logo's not a good idea. It just confuses me more.
It does, and that's sort of the key, right? So, again, we're just looking at the top section because I'll scroll down briefly, and you'll see there's a whole bunch of stuff down here. Yeah, but most people, again, above the fold, the form is above the fold. So a lot of people are just making their decision based on this.
Yeah, and you can't even tell there's something below the fold. So
right.
I'll bet if you were to track the user behavior on this, you would find people either bouncing or putting information on above the fold and not even scrolling down probably 90% of the time.
Right. And so this is, I believe this is one of the templates that comes from UpViral. And they have, and I have to be careful in that I like the guys at UpViral, right? But they could also use some constructive criticism because the template has a logo right at the top. The one that he has used has a big old logo up there. And as you mentioned, I typically tell people, look, nobody knows what the heck you're doing on this landing page. The logo should not be the most important part of the page. The struggle, the problem you're trying to address should be the first thing, right? So that people resonate with what your offer is. Like, are you struggling to get leads?
Right.
Now, in this case, this is a hotel savings card. Now, so what would the struggle be? Hey, entrepreneurs, do you need to go take a break, get away from stuff? Here's a $200 gift card on us. Take it. Right? Yeah. So you're at least telling people who your audience is so they can feel like they resonate and what your intent is. Now, we can get into the whole conversation, which I know is coming, of is this the right offer for entrepreneurs? But if you were to phrase it in that kind of a direction to say, look, we're trying to help you entrepreneurs out there struggling. You got a lot of things going on your plate. Our club is going to help you do that. And here's $200 to take a break, right? You've at least phrased it in such a way that now the entrepreneurs go, oh, okay, now I get it. Yeah. Right? It's just not a, hey, let's go take a vacation. You don't want all of those people that are moms and pops that don't care about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the other thing that's interesting about this is that it also sort of highlights the difference between owning a business and all the roles and responsibilities you have as the owner of the business, right? Most entrepreneurs woke up one day with what's his name, Michael, what's his name, the
Hyatt?
E-Myth, right? No, the E-Myth. I can't remember.
Cardone.
Gerber. Michael Gerber. So Michael Gerber wrote this book called The E-Myth, right? And he
Right.
says that you wake up with this entrepreneurial spasm, and you realize that you don't want a boss anymore, and then you take the really cool skill set that you have, you hang out a shingle and you go sell it, and what you end up doing is creating the old job that you used to have and all these other responsibilities.
Right.
And marketing and advertising is one of them, and not every entrepreneur is really good at it.
Right.
So it's okay to recognize that and sort of rework kind of where you're headed here. So um, and for the offer part, without sort of giving away all of it, we talked about it in session 3 of my masterclass, and it's an amazing session. So I think that if you want to know about how to do that, then you got to go get the masterclass.
Nice.
It's true.
Now, a couple of other things. I agree with you that the privacy policy ought to be below the form.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one thing that I have learned, and I don't remember where I learned it. I usually like to tell people where I learned it in case they want to go find out more. But I remember somebody did a major study with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of opt-in pages. And the guy said, do not say the word spam in that little privacy policy or whatever you want to call that section, because what you're doing is implanting in their head that you're spam. Even though you're trying to say you're not spam, the word spam has such a negative connotation that people flee from your opt-in.
Yeah.
So turn that into a different positive. I mean, even the email, your email address and phone number are 100% safe.
Yep.
That's a positive statement as opposed to we hate spam.
Yep. Yeah, and we respect your privacy, and a hyperlink on privacy or something like that gets the privacy policy, and you're done. Don't make it more complicated. Yeah, but put it underneath. You're wasting really, really, really valuable real estate.
Exactly.
I mean, if you move this entire thing up, get rid of the logo, get rid of the sort of security or privacy statement, you have so much really cool real estate to do something fun with.
Yep.
And find a better headline, dude, because this hook sucks.
And no offense to Brian Kelly, but imagine if this was, I mean, if you turned your headline to the take a break on us kind of a thing, and you replace Brian's picture with a picture of, I'm pointing wrong, a picture of a beach with a, pool and a resort, and you'd say, picture yourself here on us, right? Or picture us on the Reach Your Peak Club, whatever.
Yeah, it's a copywriting hack called future pacing, right?
Yeah.
All you're doing is putting somebody in the future, in the lifestyle, or in the destination that they want, right? So we talk about this in the masterclass about the way the avatar works, but if you're focused on something and you're trying to head to a destination, that destination belongs in the picture. If it even with the $200 card over the top of it, right?
Right.
I mean, here's $200 to get to here,
right?
And now all of a sudden, mentally, people are like, "Whoa, this is so cool."
Yep. Exactly. Now, the other thing that bothers me, and again, I know I've scrolled down, but this thing right here says already an existing member.
Yeah.
Sign in here. Now, Bradley, does that feel warm and fuzzy, or is that a scary thing for you?
Yeah. So if it feels like a multi-level marketing deal. If you're part of my tribe, if you're part of my downline, log in here.
Right.
That's how it feels to me.
Yep.
But that's just me, and I would leave all of that off of this altogether. I'm not even sure what the point of it is.
Right.
And then while I appreciate Brian Kelly being the automation master, I think that down below somewhere, you can say, about Brian Kelly, and then rather than the automation master, I would suggest you say, I help busy entrepreneurs like you deliver higher profitability and more sustainability or long-term longevity in your business.
Right.
All without having to be strapped to your chair 16 hours a day or something like that.
Yes.
So that someone understands who it is you serve, what the benefits are, and and takes care of some of the fear that they might have.
Bingo. Now, the other thing that this scares me about is that it sort of, just looking at this top section without looking at everything else, this sort of implies to me that if I put in my name and my email, I might suddenly become a member of this thing, whatever this thing is, and I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
No, so it's true. It scares me, right? I'm like suddenly going, oh,
did I sign up for a cult here? What just happened?
Right? And many people, exactly. And many people would go, I'm out, right? I'm gone.
Yeah.
As opposed to scrolling down to find out whether or not I'm really signing up for a membership.
Yeah.
So, Brian, this top section, bless you for, you know what I almost I stopped.
Hey, Brian. Look, here's the reality of it. We're proud of you for being courageous enough to do two things. One, start your campaign, and two, ask us for your feedback. Way to go.
Exactly.
And I think that you have a lot of potential in making this campaign something really amazing. So.
Yeah, see? Watch this. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? Never mind. Because I'm in the small thing and you won't see it. Never mind. So here's the bottom section, right? Plus, you reach your peak club.
What is the small thing? Are you in like some submarine or something?
No, I'm in the little circle thing. Where I am.
What is like? There's like a capsule that you're in.
Yes, but see, I have these.
In a nutshell.
It does. See, it doesn't show up.
You.
It doesn't. See, I was thinking it's just going to show up in my little circle over here. I love these things. Wow! Way to go! What I'm doing is I'm celebrating, right? We're having a party for Brian for being brave enough to come forward and right.
Yep. So you can't get good feedback if you don't put it out there.
Now, here below, there's more information, right? All of your Reach Club members can also get wait a minute. Time out. I've just read this one section, and it says all Reach Your Club members can also collect. I put the word "your" in there. I read it backwards, so I was panicking, going, "Oh wait, it is an MLM, right?" Because your member. I'm reading your members, but all Reach Your Peak Club members. Again, so am I suddenly a member?
Yeah,
I'm out, right? You got to do some more explaining to me, Lucy, before you tell me I'm joining your membership just by taking access to the $200 gift card. Now, Brian, go ahead.
I was gonna say that the sort of winning formula of these campaigns is to show people what they're gonna get, and after the full, let's talk about the details of what they're specifically going to get, what the benefits are that they're going to get, how's it going to be delivered to them, and that kind of stuff. All we're doing here is mixing and matching warm traffic, cold traffic, hot traffic, and completely different groups of people. You're trying to generate brand new leads, and those brand new leads have no idea what this club is all about, and all you're doing is just adding more confusion and potentially tanking your campaign by trying to do too much. Simplify it. Do something focused on the brand new lead. Nothing more, nothing less.
Campaign confusion means people leave. Your conversion rates go down the dumper.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say that I did watch the first, 30 seconds of this.
Yeah.
And this guy comes on and starts talking about the internals of whatever Brian is bought into. And this video is aimed at people who are selling this as a service. So my story to you, Brian, is that when I started watching that, I'm also out because it's not targeted to me, the person that's going to get the $200. It's targeted to people that are selling this as a service. So it's the wrong video to be here on this page.
Yep.
That's enough. Yep. So anyway, we could go on and on and on about this. Do you want to see what the other side of it is? The second
Sure.
side, the next page?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to do this. No, come on. Go away, little pop-up. Why is it not going away? There we go. Viral currently has this little feature that if you have upper and lower case in your domain name, which I like to do in my domain because it's long, I'll get a nasty gram that says that email's not in the right format. So I have to put the lowercase e in there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm backing up.
Which is super silly, right?
Yes.
Because they're what they call their regex is just wrong. It's looking for capital letters and anyway.
Yeah. I do like this part that says mobile phone used for event reminders only.
Yep.
Bravo on that, Brian, because otherwise I wouldn't give you my phone number.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get a phone call from you trying to sell me something, right?
Yeah, and the other is it optional? I can't really tell here. So we have 3 fields. I'm assuming that all 3 are mandatory.
We're gonna find out when I click this button.
Okay, do it.
Fill out this field.
Oh, Brian! Brian! Oh, Brian! Oh, Brian! Come on, dude. The heavy lift of me giving you my cell phone number for event reminders. Are you kidding me? Oh, now I'm gone for sure. I'm not in this campaign for $200 for something I don't understand. And now you're going to call me. You're going to sort of put me into the telemarketing deal. I forget it.
But he said it's only for reminders. So
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Brian. Look,
not if you make it required.
You probably a really nice guy, Brian. I have no idea. You probably beat me up in a bar fight, and I'm just gonna tell you, I don't like this at all. This sucks, dude. Make this part go away.
Yes, sir. All right. And by the way, since we now sort of have decided this is for a membership, right? I'm going to get a $200 gift card, and I'm going to get, I think, put into your membership. Why do you need to send me reminders? On a contest, I could see that you want to send me reminders about the contest, the end date coming up. But why do you want to send me reminders?
I don't believe it's for events. I think you're going to call me and try to sell me on something.
So if I weren't doing this, I would be so gone. But I'm going to click this button with a fake phone number.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
Congratulations, you've made a phenomenal decision in becoming a member. I didn't know I made that decision. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I want out. Where's my out? I want my email back.
Yeah, no, run.
Damn it! He's got me!
Yeah, there's no reason I would want to share this. I mean, it just. I mean, think about what happens here, right? Everyone who's watching this review, you get to the thank you page. The idea of that thank you page is, man, what a great decision! This is awesome. Please share, right? I'm like, well, dude, you just hoodwinked me. I'm not sharing anything. I feel used. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be in your club. I don't want to be a member. I just want the $200 savings card.
Exactly.
Oh my
Sorry, gosh. Brian. Sorry. We're laughing with you at your learning experience, all right?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Refer just 5 others.
Oh, no.
And you will receive a complimentary vacation stay at the resort of your choosing.
Oof.
A whole vacation? Are you going to pay for my travel? What are the terms?
Yeah, this feels like the vacation club problem, right? This is like this is like what Hyatt and Disney and everyone else does, right? Let's just we'll give you a free vacation. Just come and sit down and listen to our pitch for 2 days and on your 2 days on your 2-day vacation.
Right.
And remember to bring your mortgage deed because we're gonna take part of it before you leave. I mean, this feels I don't know. I don't know what the words are except it's just it's not good.
Sorry, Brian. And I'm not totally analyzing all the words up here, but I like this, right? If you had a good when you improve this, yes, that.
Yeah. When you change.
So how do I refer others, right? Great question. It's super simple. I love it. Simple. Yeah. Tell them it's easy. A single click of the button. I love this part. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. The more buttons you click, the better your chances of getting 5 others to register, and you'll receive the vacation. Good stuff, right? I like this.
Yeah, I do too. That's clever, pithy, fast. Yep.
Yeah. Good. Let's take the big gamble. What's this going to show us? Where is it? Wait a minute. Here we go.
Let's hope it's not a picture of Brian.
Join free for massive discounts. Reach your peak club.
All I did was reinforce what our concern was.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
So, if Brian, we're gonna take this and we're gonna really think about it, right? So, if you are looking for people to share your message to get a $200 gift card, because that's your primary offer on this lead magnet.
Yeah.
This tells them nothing about that, right? It does nothing to get Betty Lou to see this and go, oh, I want that $200 gift card or travel voucher, whatever, right? There's no mention of the travel voucher here, which is your primary offer. So you fail on that, right? Yeah. And the other thing is, this has got to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that's the biggest problem in this entire campaign. The offer doesn't solve a problem.
Right. Very good point.
Yeah.
So as this message, as you have Betty Lou signed in, she's going to go try to get her 5 people. This message has to stop those 5 people scrolling on their Facebook profile to recognize that they want to get the $200 gift card.
Yep.
This does none of that. It looks like an ad, right? Reach your peak club, join free massive discounts. Has nothing to do with what your offer was.
Nope.
If there were a picture like we had talked about before, a vacation with a gift card on it, get your $200, that's much more appealing and aligns with what your offer is.
That's right.
And by the way, I got a Canva is a place where I do these, and if you come over and see my new website that's coming soon, you can get a whole bunch of those for free. So you know what you're trying to do instead of doing this. But we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, one of the things that I didn't mention on traffic before, this is sort of a minor bunny trail, is if you're going to pay for ads, then the share image and the ad image need to be the same. And so sort of keep that in mind. This share image is really an advertisement. It just happens to be a free one. So grab Mitch's templates and it'll make your life a lot easier for sure.
All right, enough of that. So,
what are the other things that we're incentivizing? Share on Messenger, email. What's the message they want to send on email? Just curious.
So it's opening my email. Hopefully, I'm not showing anything. You just came across this free masterclass in the advanced live video from the automation. This doesn't even align with your message, right?
Yeah, not good.
So, Brian, you failed. Sorry. I'm sorry. You have learned that what you need to go is actually test your campaign and look at all the emails that come out of it and all the buttons and whether or not those messages align with what you're trying to do.
Yep.
So,
for sure.
Good lesson there. Thank you, Brian, for doing that for us.
Thanks for sharing.
Now, again, this simply is going back to the regular stuff.
Yep.
WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, and as I always say, and we got to move on to the next one before we run out of time. Pay attention to your data when you're running your campaign to see who's sharing. And this is a tip for next week's show. I'm so glad this worked in because Bradley and I have actually talked about what we're going to do on the next show. Yeah, ahead of time.
Yep.
And what we're going to talk about is ways of tracking the traffic that's coming into your campaign.
Yep.
And if people are clicking on these buttons and sharing, which we think they're not going to do because of your messaging, when they do share, you need to figure out which one of these is the most important. Because AJ, by the way, who was here earlier, we discovered in his campaign of 18 to 22-year-old women that they were sharing 3 times as much on email as they were anything else, which surprised the kajibers out of me.
Yeah.
So you have to look at your data, see what's happening.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is really interesting. I would love to know what AJ's campaign was about, but if I were have to guess, so here if I were to guess, it's a little more intimate product or service where people are either embarrassed to put it online or they don't want other people in their business. It's not?
No,
it's not. Okay,
no. Good try though.
Interesting.
Which is what surprised us, and what I'll tell you, it was a contest for sorority sisters to win some sorority stuff, right? Some what they call paraphernalia.
Yeah.
But even so, you would think that 18 to 22-year-olds who are in a sorority would be doing the social media thing, right? But it turned out that they were emailing more than anything else, which just blew me away. But if you look at your data, you'll see that, and you'll focus on it, right? Because you know that's what's working.
Yeah, TikTok or Snapchat. Try those.
Yeah. So anyway, shall we move on to the next one? We got about 20 minutes left. Thank you, Brian, again, for submitting your campaign for us to have a look at. Everybody can learn from it. And hopefully not just you, but everybody should be paying attention to these points.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, and if you're still watching, if anybody's still watching, I think some people are still watching.
Yes, they are.
Feel free to pop stuff into the chat box. Even if you have a campaign now that you would like for us to review in the next week or so, then pop it in there, and then if we get some time, maybe between shows, who knows? I mean, if you're trying to launch pretty soon, then we can help you out.
Exactly.
Give you some review feedback.
All right, this is one Bradley wanted to talk about. I'm just going to get into the very first thing that bugs the living kajibers out of me. So this is AppSumo.
Yep.
AppSumo they offer lots and lots of software, usually for entrepreneurs, small businesses.
Yep.
And this campaign, what tool is this campaign running on, Bradley?
So I would have assumed.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I would have assumed it would be run on King Sumo.
What?
Because that's their own viral marketing app.
Yes.
But like very many other platform owners, they sometimes don't use sometimes don't use the tools for which they're promoting. Like it's very popular in the webinar sort of business, right? We're going to sell a webinar platform, but we're going to use something else. Just curious. I don't even know what platform is this used. I saw it on my phone, so I wasn't able. I don't know. What is it?
This is Gleam. This is run on Gleam. For those of you who don't know Gleam, they all look identical. You can turn this top section off that says your entries and 2 days left. You could put, and I have seen it done right here in the middle, the total number of entries. Some people turn that on, some people don't.
Yep.
You get a spot for your image. You can put some text below this, but they've decided to put the text up here, which is good, right?
Yep.
And then the bottom part is this entry form and all of the process, right? And if I click this, then things will start happening, and we'll sort of walk through that briefly. But the thing that slays me, and it's interesting life learning stuff, because I don't like the look of this widget, this section right here that's in this little box. But this is Gleam's total look and feel. Every campaign on Gleam looks identical. You can change the colors, you can put some additional text, and you can tweak it a little bit, but they all look just the same. And there was a song back in the 70s when I was growing up, maybe the late 60s, by the Mamas and the Papas, I think it was, called Little Boxes. And they talked about all the houses that looked exactly the same. Gleam looks exactly like that. Now, I saw an interview with the co-owner of Gleam. He and his brother were sitting in a bar, and he told the story. We were sitting in a bar, and we talked about creating a contest software, and we created the user interface on a napkin sitting in the bar. And the very next words out of his mouth was, and we are so proud that look and feel is exactly what we still have today, 7 years later, or whatever the number was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what you're most proud of, is that it looks the same? Now, the caveat of that, bless you, Gleam owner, the caveat is they're the number one contest tool on the planet. They have so many more users than anybody else. So I'm making fun of them. I'm sorry, I'm making fun of them. I'm judging. But they're winning the battle, right? So if you look at other tools like Viper and UpViral and all these other tools that have great customization, they're not getting as many sales as these guys, because these guys have made it so simple to go in and create a campaign, and people see them everywhere, and they all look the same. So it is very simple to do, and they're winning the battle. So there's that side of it.
Yeah, and I can appreciate the battle, because the entrepreneur that's trying to do this is busy doing other stuff, right?
Yep.
They generally don't have a deep team that's taking care of graphic creatives and a whole bunch of copywriting and page design and all this other stuff. They have an offer, they want to get it out there, and they bang in some information in a few boxes, and they hit the go button. Now they can share it. And I mean, I totally get it. I really do.
Yep.
Totally get it.
Now, I did, by the way, I know you don't know this, but I did earlier, late December, early January, I ran 5 campaigns simultaneously with Gleam, Viper, and a couple of the other tools, UpViral. I created them as nearly identical as I could.
Oh, right.
Gleam actually crushed everybody else by light years, which was fascinating to me. And, there's a whole conversation that I eventually intend to do for my people or whomever. But one of the things that I discovered is, you see this box down here that says, I agree to join AppSumo's email list and agree to the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
If you don't turn that on, and it is not on by default, when you run a campaign as a campaign owner on Gleam, you're not collecting email addresses. They do not get sent to your email autoresponder unless you turn that on. And that was a huge lesson to me, because I was like, ooh, you can't, if I recall, and I could be wrong, you couldn't download them as a CSV. You could maybe screen grab them or something. But if you didn't turn this one feature on, they don't automatically send them over to your autoresponder, which is where I want my people. Be careful with Gleam and turn this on. So I'm going to go through this process, right? Because it's very simple. Yeah. The screen's not doing lots of refreshing and a whole lot of other stuff. It just stays right here inside the widget.
Yeah, well, and before you go into the campaign, I have a comment about the offer.
Okay. Let's do that.
AppSumo is pretty famous for their copywriting. They have good copywriting chops. They have a team that does a great job. here's where I'm confused. This is the cash prize equipment kind of campaign that's attracting anybody who's interested in having new tech, not in necessarily what the tools are for entrepreneurs, the people
Right?
that I think they're trying to attract.
Sorry, I hit
Did you break
refresh.
did you break it?
I did.
You broke it. You broke AppSumo. That is awesome. Everyone, you saw it here first. So here's where I was saying in the very beginning of this particular show is AppSumo, I believe, is incredibly lucky that their email list is so massive, because what they're doing is that they are starting the campaign with their own users, and then they're requesting their own users share, so they're getting instant authority from their existing users, who tend to hang out with, and they're in groups of their feed is kind of constructed with other people who are similarly constructed.
Uh-huh.
And I think that that's good, but I think the offer is, I think it's a miss. I think they're going to give away. It's not a lot of money for them. I mean, it's a couple grand worth of stuff. 10 grand in cash, 4 or 5 grand in hardware, and I don't know, $1,000 in software. For them, this is not a huge campaign, and but it's not over the moon. If it were me, I would have picked the best selling blockbuster apps for every category, and I would have said, I'm here to set up your business for life. I'll give you the highest tier on every one of the highest, best sellers for this last year, or the last 2 years, or the last 3 years. And now, you're hitting everything from marketing to lead generation to sales to fulfillment to support and all these other things. And it's, it's such a better offer than this offer. This offer, I think, is just bleh.
So
you just keep breaking
yes, it is not, that particular page is not working. So
Okay.
it's interesting. I love what you were saying. The offer is bizarro for this market. Yeah, I want to win a new Mac Studio and all that stuff. Yeah, hell yeah. So when you said earlier, Bradley, that we were going to come in and we were going to look at this campaign, I said, great. You didn't give me the link, which is fine. I went to AppSumo and I said, it's got to be right there on the home page, right? I'll just find the link.
It would be too, and it's not.
And it's not freaking here.
Yeah, no, it's not.
There is nothing on this page about the contest. Note, by the way, I'm getting loud and wound up. Note, by the way,
we'll put a compressor on you. It'll be all right.
That they are putting their own tool here in Sumo Day. Here's King Sumo, so you can go buy it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to use it for our contest.
Right.
So what I did was I went and I Googled. I said AppSumo, can't talk and type contest, and I Googled it and I scrolled down and there it is. Welcome to Sumo Day. So it's now it's broken. But why is it not on your homepage, AppSumo? And by the way,
I don't know.
Anybody that watching this from AppSumo, we would love to have you on as a guest. We could talk all day about this stuff. So I dare you, come on to our show and we'll have a nice conversation about contest software.
Double dog dare you. Double dog dare you. And the first thing you have, look, the first question you're going to be asked is, why in the hell didn't you use your own tool?
Exactly.
And look, if you are proud enough in the decision you made, then you're going to have an amazing answer, and I'm ready for it. And I think that everybody who is a subscriber to AppSumo Premium or whatever it's called, And look, I've spent thousands of dollars with AppSumo.
Yep, me too.
And you normally do an okay job. I'm starting to question some of the quality of the products that you got in the current marketplace. But all that being said, put your money where your mouth is, brother. If you're so proud of your tool and you've been selling it like crazy and you think it's really awesome, and I keep getting emails about how many emails you've collected over the last year or whatever, then let's be honest. Let's be real about it.
Yep.
That's silly. And then craft an offer that somebody cares about.
Exactly. That's the bigger part of it, really. And I'm just dumbfounded that their
I am too.
Site went down. This page went down. I can't get past this gateway. And this is usually a database problem, by the way. I've a database guy, developer for years. The 502 bad gateway is your database is down. But anyway, the offer just is so wrong. And like you said, make it a big deal. Make it more than just a little $10,000 offer, because you guys can obviously afford it.
Yeah.
Make it something that would appeal, that would help me as a business owner set up my whole business, right? If I'm a startup guy.
That is exactly the point, right? You got to solve your customer's biggest problem. And their biggest problem is not the cash. Their biggest problem is a set of tools to be able to take their, especially being consistent with your platform, right? Give them all of the blockbuster tools that they're going to absolutely need that will set them up for life, right? Because they're lifetime subscriptions. And look, if you don't have enough confidence that the creator is going to continue to keep that platform live, then now all of a sudden, we have another sort of dilemma, right? If you're putting stuff on your platform, on your marketplace that you're not confident are going to be around in 2 or 3 years, then it doesn't belong there. It's just some pet peeves, but I think it's a bad offer. And when I saw it, I thought, man, this is nuts. However, I did like the video that was on the offer. So in the capture, right in the Gleam. In the Gleam top capture
it's
page,
back.
Not in the Gleam capture page. The video was good in that, here's who we are, what we do, this is what you're going to get in the campaign, and the script is really, really good. So if you're interested, if you go and watch this video and take down what it is they had to say, the script is great. And their copy is good. So it's just a bad offer. And that they're not running on King Sumo. That's even funny.
What's interesting, so I do this, by the way. This is one of the little things I like to try to do. So I'm looking at this video, right? And I paused it.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the YouTube stuff is kind of dangling down here.
Yeah.
So I like to go to YouTube because YouTube will show you the statistics.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So here's the video. It was uploaded June 10th. It has 97 views. I don't know how that's hard to read, but nobody's watching this video. 97 views. Let me blow that up. 97 views. Now, unless YouTube's not keeping stats, but it's been there since June 10th, right? It's not like it's brand new that was uploaded today, is my point. It's got 97 views. So nobody's watching the damn video. Which, by the way, is exactly what I have found in most tests. And if you want to go back to episode, I don't remember, 6 or 7, where we talked about testing and split testing and that kind of stuff. When I have put videos for clients and split test it with just like a static image, the static image almost always wins. And the views on the video were horrific. So pay attention to that, by the way. AppSumo ought to go, wait a minute, nobody's watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree that the video, especially above the fold, the video doesn't outpull just a simple image.
Right.
Below the fold, if you're describing the product or service that people are going to get in either a giveaway or as part of the lead capture, the lead magnet, the sort of exchange for your email address,
Right.
I find that helpful, but it doesn't lift conversions. It's just helpful. Yeah, super interesting. Let's see. I would think that their vendors would jump at the chance to be featured in the offer. Whoever is on Facebook, I would agree with that. That's a comment that just came in.
Oh.
I would agree. I would agree with you, right? I mean, how difficult is it for you to go back to the user or the vendors that have been highlighted as year end or quarterly sales and say, hey, look, we're going to give away this amazing package. I need for you to partner with me. I need one license of the top tier.
Right.
And I'm going to share with you, the leads that come from this campaign, and imagine the package they could have come up with. But if it were me right now, I just sort of feel like they're being sort of greedy with the list that they have, and any new lead generated from here, they don't want to share it, and they either don't have confidence in their vendors that they're going to be around, or they just completely and totally misunderstand their customer. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Somebody in a meeting somewhere made a brain fart decision here, and they should scrap this entire thing. And next year, or whenever they do the next one, they need to highlight their own platform, their own set of tools, and they need to come up with an offer that people are willing to crawl through broken glass to get. Because as an AppSumo sort of fan, I saw this and I went, I'm not gonna waste my time. Why would I do it?
Exactly. Totally. And let's look at this, by the way, as you've already mentioned several things, right? If I were creating this campaign, I would address the offer, and I would address the idea that we're solving a problem.
Yep.
So the text here says Sumo Day is landed, and you mentioned that they are great at copy.
Yeah,
Got an annual event from now till July 15th. We're giving you a 10% off Sumo Day products, along with exclusive swag and surprises. Be sure to sign up for our epic giveaway so you don't miss out on the fun. Now,
that's not very good.
It's not very good, but here's a picture of a Mac Studio. I happen to know what the Mac Studio looks like. Many people may not know what that is.
Yep.
The only indication here is that maybe I'm getting t-shirts, and maybe there's some stuff here that I can't see, and maybe there's a $10,000 cash prize. They don't say how many winners. They don't say exactly what the prizes are. They don't say when the drawing is going to be, though they say it's going to be closed on July 15th.
Yeah.
You're not giving, as a campaign, the users want to know what the prizes are. The picture's not cutting it. Yep. Tell them all of this stuff. Now, I did happen to notice as I scrolled down, there is this little FAQ section, and it does say one grand prize winner will receive these things.
Yeah.
Great. But why aren't you telling us that up above? Because it makes it more appealing to know this information.
Yeah. Yep.
Plus, 2,000 purchasers on Sumo Day. I'm sorry. I'll let you talk in a second. Will receive 20 towards an AppSumo swag. Maybe what they could say is, we got 2,000 winners. I mean, if you really want to start doing copy.
Yeah.
2,001 winners.
Yeah.
All right. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, put this whole thing into a cash value and say an entrepreneur's, dream package worth $25,000 or whatever it is, right?
Right.
And then the products that they're highlighting, the only products they're highlighting is what they already run on a special for Sumo Day. Why does that make this special? It doesn't. I mean, crack open the safe, folks. The really cool stuff is inside there.
Yeah.
And this is just this feels lazy. That's what it just feels lazy.
Well, maybe I'll do that now, knowing based on the video the odds of winning might be 97-1. Thank you, commenter.
Yeah, thanks whoever the Facebook user is. Way to go! That's awesome.
It's hilarious, but of course there are more people entering than they're just not watching the video.
Yeah, for sure. It just goes to show you how awful the choice of putting video on the landing page is.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It says full name. And I'm gonna put in my email address.
Okay.
And I'm gonna register.
It's so the Facebook user.
Yeah.
C'est moi, Deborah.
Oh.
Bonjour, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Comment ça va?
Thank you for being here. So here's the options. Now, we talked about this yesterday on my Movers Mastermind. Yep. So enter your email. We did that. We got a checkbox. Watch this TikTok to learn about our taco bout with your biz challenge. And then there's a submit your taco bout your biz tick box, whatever the hell that says.
Yeah.
Now,
here's people understand.
Here's the question. Now, in the mastermind, everybody said, well, you're just going to submit your video to TikTok, right? You're going to create a TikTok account.
Yeah.
But notice when you click this, there's all this. What would you do with 10,000 and all the tools? So let us know and win big. Upload a TikTok video telling us how you do this. They've changed this from yesterday. Or it's still, maybe I didn't read it because this says upload a TikTok video telling us, but if you click this button and you do upload file.
It's not TikTok.
Where's it going?
The terms and conditions of this campaign probably say that we're going to use your information to promote our product and you have no royalty to it or no right to it. And this feels weird, folks. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
What the hell? This is a very clever way of getting video testimonials from people who didn't overtly give you position or permission to use the video.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I believe what this says is that if you do a search on TikTok, it says we'll be sharing our favorite videos. So they're collecting the videos.
They're not even sharing all of them.
They're not sharing all of them, and they're going to put some of them over on TikTok on their account.
Yeah, of course.
Not on your account. You're not getting anything. Yeah. So this, like you said, this is just icky. Hey, AppSumo, come, let's chat.
This is horrible.
Why? I mean, when I saw the upload file, I went, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah, but I would love to see the analytics here, and then I would also love to talk to people who did this, who went, "Hey, I had no idea that I was going to be on AppSumo's TikTok channel."
Yeah,
and I mean, unless in the video I get to say, "Hey, look, AppSumo has helped me build my business, and all you have to do is go over here to wordofmouthmarketingsecrets.com and go get my free stuff." But yeah, see
here for more details.
Yeah,
he just scrolls up here.
There's more details. You already passed the detail. Oh my!
I missed it. It flew right over my head. Whatever those details were.
Oh man!
But they are doing refer friends to get extra entries.
Great.
Yeah,
which is great.
Get 20 bonus entries for completing every action. I love that one, by the way. If you've never done that entices people to finish all the stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And then the giveaway rules, does it actually lead us somewhere super interesting? I mean, our attorneys probably created something really cool.
No. What you don't know is Gleam does this automatically.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to make any rules. You just fill in.
Okay.
You do have to fill in your company name. I remember going through this.
Okay.
They're doing this automatically.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, there's not a whole lot of detail in here either.
Wow, folks, this is a lesson in how to be a big dumb company.
I'm sorry.
Look, I mean,
So-
this is what happens. This is what happens when companies get really big and super sophisticated. All of a sudden, they think that they don't have to go back and do the stuff that matters, and they could just sort of plaster the world with their colors and their logo, and imagine that people are going to go along for the ride.
Yep.
And it's just not smart. It's not smart.
It's not. So AppSumo, come talk to us.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on. Whoever made that decision and said, I think this is a great idea. Let's have him on and let's have a real conversation about, what happened, what are the stats on this thing, what's working, what's not working, and yeah, for sure, that'd be fun. We'd all learn something.
Yep, absolutely. So,
all right,
AppSumo, contact Bradley at.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're done. We got to land this plane.
Yep.
So you can during the conversation you heard more than once that I have a masterclass out there, and we address a lot of the challenges that we saw in some of these campaigns in that masterclass. And you can get a hold of it for free for right now. When we're through and onto the second version of it, as we upgrade it, it will not be free. So get in now, and it's wordofmouthmarketingsecrets.com, wordofmouthmarketingsecrets.com. You can email me at bradley@waldropcommunications. And how do they get a hold of you, Mitch? And what do you have going on?
I really need to take a few minutes and give you a slide that I can put up your information.
You're fine.
So
You're
I'm
fine.
sorry. It's important. Right now, I have a whole bunch of stuff going on. I sent out my email this morning telling people that I've got new lead magnets. I got new courses coming. I've got a new centralized store where people can find everything, my free stuff.
Oh, nice.
Because people say they've been telling me that they're confused about everything. So my daughter, who's living home from college now, is helping me create that. So she's been a great help. But that'll be coming hopefully in the next week, where you can go find all that stuff. And I'll tell you what that URL is coming up next week.
Cool. Nice.
But thank you, Bradley, for being here. You're so much fun.
This was a hoot. We got to do this again. And then next week we're going to be talking about tracking data, right? And fast and easy ways or
finding out who's coming to your
tracking
campaign. Yes, right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks.